So I recently got the Platinum trophy on Assassin's Creed 2, arguably one of the best of the franchise. However, I personally think Brotherhood takes that top spot. On PSNProfiles, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood supposedly takes 40 hours to complete and get the Platinum, and it is rated a 6 out of 10 on difficulty. So I'm going to give myself 24 hours to get this Platinum trophy. So don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you are new, as it really does help the channel grow. So let's get into this 24-hour journey. Starting off the game in sequence 9. Yeah, weirdly starting the game in the sequence that ends the game, but I'm not going to ask any questions. With some technical difficulties, I get my first trophy of the game. Then I am met with the ancient civilization from the previous game. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood starts at the exact end point of Assassin's Creed 2, which is really nice to play through for me since I've only recently completed Assassin's Creed 2. Kicking off the first bit of gameplay, I'm introduced to chain kills, and honestly, the combat in AC Brotherhood is so much better than AC2. The improvements were just perfect.
Oh, the chain kills. So good, bro. Give me all that. Oh, serial killer. Perform an execution streak of 10 kills. Bro, I'm back. I'm so back. They say this is a stealth game. Hell no. They improved the combat so much from 2 to Brotherhood. Oh my god. I know a lot of people's favorites is 2, but Brotherhood is just so much better. And there was my second trophy of the game before we are being met with the glorious title screen. Oh my god, the music.
Jump!
Bro, this is like my childhood right here. Get me emotional. God damn. This is just so good. Right over Rome, the Colosseum. Oh. Literal goosebumps on my arm right now. Oh my god. Oh, I can't wait to play through this masterpiece. One of my favorite games of all time. It's up there. Uncle Mario and I head to Monteriggioni, which had been fortified to help keep Ezio's home very safe. Upon arriving home, I had to do some random ass errands, but all this led to a welcome home party before the real gift happened. Maybe I should have spent the night sleeping instead of that, so I had the energy to deal with this ambush. I tell you what, this had me fuming as I worked so hard in AC2 to build this and make it my home, and now it's just ripped to shreds. This ambush was led by Cesare Borgia, and his goal is to completely take over Italy for himself. I can't believe Cesare ruined my booty call for this. Cesare has the apple in his hand, in which he took from Mario, and now Mario is about to die at the hands of this fool. Talk about the start to a villain arc. I now have to get the rest of my family to safety before Cesare even thinks about getting his hands on them. But I have a mission to carry on with, and that is to head straight to Rome to hunt down the Borgia. Passing out on this journey, I complete sequence 1 while suffering maybe 1 or 2 battle wounds. I then get thrown into a Desmond mission, and it was honestly quite cool to see what it looked like with all of the cars and the street lights around, but with a little bit of parkour, I make my way into the basement of Ezio's old home to help set up base to the Animus. Doing this resulted in another trophy for setting up in our new sanctuary. Now it's time to get my ass into the Animus and explore that glorious city of Rome. But before that, I wanted to go get some random trophies out of the way. The first one being for earning 3 gold medals in the Animus virtual training. Oh, perfectionist. That was down to the wire. And 3 gold medals in the Animus virtual training. I wanted to get that done and out of the way because I knew I'd forget about that. Let's go. The next 2 were in present day, which I believe are missable if you don't collect them before completing sequence 7, so I decided to go get them done now. The first one of these being for collecting an artifact in 2012, and then the second one for accessing my email. Yeah, it felt a bit weird and pointless doing that in an Assassin's Creed game, but we move. Right, let's go get exploring Rome and seeing what it has to offer. After surviving the siege on Monteriggioni, Ezio Auditore awakens injured in Rome, and we need to go get a doctor ASAP. In Rome, Ezio is criticized for his past actions, questioning his commitment to the assassin's cause. In response, Ezio decides to rebuild the Brotherhood and liberate Rome. The first act of resistance is taking down a Borgia tower, and after assassinating the local captain, I climb to the top of the tower and light it up. Literally. This signals the start to Ezio's rebellion. By destroying this tower, it frees the district from Borgia control, meaning I can buy shops and services
pieces, renovating the city, giving it life once again. These renovations will provide me with all the money that I need later in the game, and I highly recommend doing this as early as possible. Back on track with the memories, and there is a trophy for getting 100% synchronization in all memories, and this memory specifically annoyed me beyond belief. It's definitely a skill issue, but I'll let my reaction play.
I didn't lose any health. The fuck you mean? Right. It wouldn't pull out my fucking sword. Are you kidding me? Bro, this is gonna be some fucking bullshit. I can already tell. This is fucking... Oh my god. The fact that you get fucking ganged as soon as it spawns in. Like, it doesn't pull out a fucking weapon. Bro. Oh my god, I've done this like fucking 15 times. Okay, it wouldn't fucking lock anything. Bro, this is actually pissing me off so much. Oh, I think I did it. Did I do it? 100% sync! Let's go! Oh my god, I had to fucking lock in then.
By completing this, I got access to the layers of Romulus. These are similar to the temples from AC2, and just like AC2, I get a trophy for completing each of these. I'll be aiming to get all 6 of these done as soon as possible, since you're rewarded with the best armor set in the game. Now, wrapping up this sequence, Ezio is still doubted by the Brotherhood in his commitment to rebuilding, but Ezio manages to convince them that he is good for the job. Finishing this sequence, I double stack trophies here.
Perfect recall. Achieve 100% synchronization in any sequence other than sequence 1. Nice. Wait, sequence 2 completed. Give me my trophy. Thank you. Rome in Ruins. Complete DNA sequence 2.
Then while I was on a roll with trophies, I replay a memory and experience a bit of deja vu. More layers to go through, and this one was at the Colosseum. This once again gave me another trophy and got me one step closer to getting that armor set. Kicking it into sequence 3, and this one is very important as I rebuild the Mercenary Guild, and this opened up the opportunity for me to get another trophy where the gloves come off and I win the highest bet at the fights. Next up was rebuilding the prostitutes. Yeah, there's no other way to explain that one. They're needed in the city. And then finally rebuilding the Thieves Guild, which was the last and final guild that I needed to rebuild, now getting a very appropriate trophy, Fixer Upper, for completing DNA sequence 3. Jumping right into sequence 4, and Christina is being held hostage by Cesare's army. You know for a fact that I've got to go rescue her, so with some sneaking around, I make it to her cell without getting caught, and now it is for the painstaking task of carrying her ass out of there.
They said this was a stealth game, and all I'm doing is killing people. Oh shit. Some stealth. There's just masses and masses of bodies. The ultimate stealth. Oh, bro, I got 5 stars right now. I assume I've just got to survive to the end. There's so many bodies.
Now, once all the team is back together, Ezio gives an inspiring speech on how he's going to restore influence across Rome and take it from the Borgia. Now for one of the most important parts of the game, and that is recruiting our first assassin into the Brotherhood. This is important given the title of the game being Brotherhood, and this is our first moment in rebuilding that. A little bit of advice here is start ranking up your assassins as soon as possible, since there is a trophy for one of them reaching max rank. It didn't take too long before I'd recruited 3 assassins to my Brotherhood, and then while doing some parkour, I fell into a well, but knowing there was a trophy here for throwing some money into it, I did that, and my wish for another trophy was granted. This sequence introduces us to some of Leonardo's missions, and these are to destroy some of his weapons that he had made and they had gotten into the wrong hands. Some of the missions are quite tricky, especially for that 100% sync, but I'll show you how to cheese a couple of them later on. But getting the first one done and dusted, I get a trophy for destroying his machine gun.
Bang! Destroy the machine gun. That was such a fun mission. But I don't remember like a lot of these missions from when I played as a kid. I'm glad that I'm replaying them again. This is so fun. Easy come, easy go. Pay 500 florins to an orator. I thought they were heralds. Same thing. Wait, run.
Joining back up with the squad, that wraps up sequence 4, and what a productive sequence it was.
Sequence 4 completed. Let's go. We going to Desmond or... There we go. Complete DNA sequence 4. Perfect. Another trophy to the collection.
Sequence 5 had my little mind blown at the realization that this was the same Leonardo that did the Mona Lisa.
The Mona Lisa is in Assassin's Creed. So this was 1506. Hold on. Let me just... Hey Siri. When was the Mona Lisa painted? Between 1503 and 1506. Damn.
Doing some missions for Leonardo, I had to go find this young lad. Turns out to be Leonardo's toy boy. I'm not here to ask any questions, he can live his life. But upon returning back to Leonardo's home, he is missing, and this starts the disappearance of Leonardo. These missions were originally part of the DLC, but as part of the Ezio collection, it comes with the base game. I decided to knock these out anyway since I needed it for that 100% sync. The premise of this was to go hunt down 5 paintings made by Leonardo in the hopes that there was a clue on them to show me where Leonardo was. By complete accident, I got this trophy.
We're going up. What's that for? Kill a guard with a bag that drops from a lift. That was completely unintentional, but I'll take it.
Upon finding all of the paintings, I needed to examine them now. These gave us clues that kind of pieced together to make a map. These led to that infamous temple that Leonardo was looking for, but he is already there and being held hostage, so I've got to save his dumbass.
Oh, I went to skip the cinematic and I've just restarted the whole memory. Oh, why did I do that? I was trying to speedrun through this and I just skipped. Oh, I just wanted to skip the cinematic and I've just restarted the memory now. I've got to do it all again. That's on me for trying to speedrun this. I should have taken my time. Seen all of this before, done it already. I just lost a health square at like the worst part. See, that's what I meant to do. Oh, I actually hate myself for that. Now I've got to do this dumb parkour all over again. So stupid. My mistake, but still, come on, hit me with one of these. Okay, right, now let's move on.
But on completing the Da Vinci disappearance, I get another trophy to add to the collection. Since I was doing side quests anyway, I figured that I should go get myself one step closer to getting that overpowered armor, and then completing this layer led to another trophy. By surprise, I got a trophy for making some home improvements before jumping into tackling Sequence 5. Sequence 5 starts off with me saving this banker, and in typical Assassin's Creed fashion, it led me to more tailing missions. Safe to say, the AI wasn't very smart back in the day. Getting through these missions, I found myself stealing a guy's armor and delivering a box, and this mission was so annoying because you had to listen to the AI as they were indirectly hinting on where you need to go, but with some trial and error I made it to the location. Now it's time to take care of that banker, which the whole sequence was leading up to. So with a hidden blade to the chest, I took this fatty down since he had no chance, and that is one more corrupt being taken out of Rome. Then that just about wraps up Sequence 5, and I get a trophy for getting us that one little bit closer to the Platinum trophy. Sequence 6 starts off with the French trying to cause me a problem, so by calling in an airstrike, I wipe out the French and get an easy trophy for it. The whole sequence was about tackling the French army in order to prevent any threat towards Rome. But how do we stop that threat? Well, it involves killing a lot of them, let's just say that. This all led to one final target who was the leader of this French army, and with a massive air assassination, I take this guy out. This ends off the sequence. It was quite a quick and easy one, and I did start to feel that in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the sequences were just quite short, which I wasn't complaining about. Unfortunately, some of them deviated from the main task as defeating Cesare, as we haven't seen him in a while, but we'll see him soon for sure. But here is another trophy, and this one is for completing sequence 6. This would not be one of my platinum journeys if I didn't have an ADHD moment and go chase some random side content trophies. I wanted to make some more progress on getting that overpowered armor set, so by dropping down into the sewers, I complete yet again another layer and getting another trophy for it. The progress on the armor did not stop there. There was another layer nearby, so obviously I got that one done and dusted, and yet again another trophy for the hard work. I was about to go back to the main story, however I saw the guy cleaning the street, so I figured I would give him a hand. And by taking out a guard with this broom, I did some spring cleaning and get that trophy for it. What a better way to end off this burst of side quests with some gambling. I had a decent amount of money saved up, but this came down to literally my last florin, and then this happened.
Just lost right off the rip. Give me... Ooh, high roller on my last bit of money. The game wanted me to win that. 10,000, let's go. I got no money left. 2,000 left. I ain't playing again. Hell no, gambling's bad for you.
I now needed to go tackle sequence 7, as there were some areas of the map which I could not reach yet. So let's go blast through them before tackling a lot of the cleanup. A lot of this sequence was spent with the Thieves Guild, but we did finally run into Cesare again, as he is a friend that is held hostage. This guy was held hostage because he had a loose mouth on him, basically. Oh, for God's sake, another tailing mission. I will never escape these, I swear. He did lead us to the Colosseum though, which was quite cool, and we got to see this play, and it was rather gruesome to say the least. But by killing a few more people, I managed to find the traitor within our organization, and we let the fox know that the traitor had been found, and then it was time for Ascension. This is the part in the game where the whole Brotherhood had come together, and it was time to fully unite by committing to the cause. And with that bloody Sunday now over, I get a trophy for completing sequence 7. Right, now it's time for that infamous cleanup. I am not waiting any longer. It is time to go get that armor set. I have one more layer to work my way through, which is super easy, and oh my god, amen, that is all of the layers now completed. My current armor was literally broken, so this couldn't have come at a better time.
Let's go. Should now have the best armor in the game. Bit late to enjoy it, but we'll see how good it is. I want to know how many health bars I'm going to have now. What a beast. Damn, look at my health bars.
Now for that side content. I went and did one of Leonardo's missions, since some of them were a pain in the ass. Completing this flying mission gave me an easy trophy, but oh boy was that 100% sync not easy at all. During my time playing the game, in the background I had been ranking up the assassins as much as possible, otherwise this trophy was going to be an absolute pain. For getting one of my assassins to reach the rank of assassin, I can welcome them into the Brotherhood. Then completely randomly, while killing some guards, I get a trophy called Show Off for completing 10 guild challenges. I have no idea what they were, but GG I guess. Time to get on with another mission from Leonardo, and this one involves some naval boats, which gave me some AC3 flashbacks. I know that is going to be a pain when I go for the platinum on that game. Nonetheless, with a big old splash, I take out the naval cannons and get a trophy for it. On to the last Leonardo mission to give me that extra trophy. You can actually cheese this one quite easily, so if you're having a little bit of trouble, just follow what I do here.
Right, so I believe this is a quick way to cheese this mission. Not entirely sure. So let's just quickly destroy everything. There's a really bullshit, like, optional objective of not getting hit. And I believe by being here, those are destroyed. Oh god, come on. Alright, I think that was it. Should be good. Yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the ass and a bit janky, but gotta do what you gotta do.
So with a little bit of tomfoolery, I get another trophy for destroying the tank, and now all of Leonardo's weapons are gone for good. I was playing around a little bit with the special attacks, and by yeeting this guy with a strong arm, I got a trophy for doing so. An incoming special delivery now as I fly in with the parachute and double assassinate these guys. At this point in the game, I was doing a lot of the side missions to set myself up for that 100% sync on all missions, also while gathering a few collectibles. Among getting other trophies such as this one for burning down all of the Borgia towers. While I was going through the side content, I found the perfect mission to get one of the trophies for stealing 5 horses without touching the ground. It took a little bit of trial and error, but another satisfying trophy getting me one step closer to that platinum trophy. This next trophy speaks for itself.
Right, that's that done. Now I should get a trophy for fly like an eagle. Let's go.
Now, this is where I mess up my platinum run. My plan was to do the cleanup and then finish off the story, turning this platinum journey just into that perfect story. However, I forgot that upon starting sequence 8, it locked me out of the free roam until I finished the story. Do stick around for the final trophy before the platinum though, as I do think I did manage to get a good ender. Before jumping into sequence 8, I did manage to complete the last of the side missions. I believe there are a staggering 40 side missions to do in this game. My only downside to this, other than the wolf armor, there's really no reward for them. So let's get going on sequence 8. I have to say the wrap up for this story is really good. We see Cesare with Fatty from AC2. Yeah, you know the one I let live? Turns out Cesare finishes the job for me and then has an argument with his queen, aka his sister. A little bit of weird incest going on here. I don't want to be involved. I do have a very quick encounter with Cesare, but now I have to race him to the Apple of Eden. With literally 1 second to spare, I managed to get my hands on the apple before him, and this next mission sucked. It's my first time holding the apple, and for the 100% sync, you can't even use it.
I love that people say about like historical accuracy and things, and you know, take Assassin's Creed back to the roots, but yeah, in this mission we literally have an apple that we can't use, otherwise we lose full sync. Nice. Let's take Assassin's Creed back to the good old days of historical accuracy and no magic powers and things, even though I do have the whole entire Apple of Eden in my hand, which funnily enough for this mission I can't actually use because it loses health. You lose health like the more you use it, or just if you use it at all. Yet the full sync for this mission is don't lose any health, which is just great because you get the Apple of Eden, you just want to use it, but I guess not. So I'm gonna try and parkour my way about this. But yeah, people be moaning about like some of the newer Assassin's Creed, like regarding historical accuracy and I don't know, that like sci-fi element, I guess. But it is what it is. We had it in these games. It's like the whole point of the game.
Now with the apple, I had to go back to the Brotherhood and inform them of the good news before setting off to finish the job once and for all. Now in this mission, I actually get the chance to use the apple, and to be honest, it kind of sucked. Yeah, I was a little disappointed when using it and much preferred the hidden blade. But coming to the end of sequence 8 now, Cesare gets half of what he deserved and gets arrested. Everyone has turned against him now, and his whole plan was crumbling right before him. Sitting down with Leonardo and the apple, it shows me where Cesare is as time had gone by. So without any hesitation at all, I take the opportunity to hunt him down to show him my hidden blade. That for now concludes sequence 8, giving me the trophy for the hard work, and damn what a sequence that was. Now I am right back at the beginning of the game in sequence 9. It was a nice touch to have a start where we are ending. Sequence 9 was a straight up battlefield while making my way to Cesare. However, I knew the clock was ticking. I still wanted to get the game done in 24 hours or less. I get my standoff with Cesare finally, and yeah, the fight was kind of boring. I kick him a few times, land a few combos, but what more do you expect from a game this old? The game gives us one of the coldest Ezio moments when killing Cesare, which made all of the hunting well worth it.
You cannot kill me! No man can murder me!
Then I leave you in the hands of fate.
Upon his death, the game takes us to the temple, which I assume is the same one which we saw in AC2, and Ezio returns the Apple of Eden where it belongs. I am now followed by a stack of trophies, so I'll let these roll out.
Let's go. Complete DNA sequence 9. And I think we got a Desmond mission. Oh. Receive 100% sync. Oh, wow. I got that already. I didn't expect to get that so soon. Perfect. That's just what we want.
The game is not quite done for the story. Desmond now knows where the apple is, so I guess we gotta go find it in present day. This mission was awesome as I got to explore the Colosseum in present day. It was really weird seeing something so ancient surrounded by modern technology. I find myself in a big temple looking thing with a bunch of parkour and puzzling. It leads to a door that opens up to the real temple. I needed to do a little bit more parkour and then I get within touching distance of the apple, and this is where it all goes wrong. You can enjoy my reaction to this.
Damn. I don't want it to die. Are you gonna end it like that? Damn. I wasn't planning on Revelations being the next game that I played, but maybe I need to jump right into it. Damn, that was a really enjoyable game to play. Now, I've got a few more trophies before the platinum. I've got to go get some flags. I've got to go get some feathers and glyphs and things. And then I've got to kill some clowns. And then we are all good for the platinum. I wanted this one to be the end, but I messed up and I went into sequence 8 and it auto-locks you into the rest of them. But that was my bad. But my god, this game, I prefer this better than 2. I think the changes in combat and things like that just ups it that little bit more for me.
Then I was followed by 15 minutes of credits.
Come on. There we go. A knife to the heart. Secure the Apple of Eden. Like I said, I've only got a couple more flags to get, some harlequins to beat up, and some feathers. And we're all good. We are all good for this platinum.
So that is it. The story is now done and only a couple trophies stand in my way before that glorious platinum. It is cleanup time, baby. First to check off were the Subject 16 puzzles, and these were way weirder than the Assassin's Creed 2 ones where we had the Adam and Eve video.
This should be the last puzzle of all of these rifts. There we go. I'm not going to pronounce that, obviously. It probably says Subject 16 or something, but that's all of them. Let's watch the video. The last one was kind of weird, so I wonder if this one's going to be as weird. Well, that's handy. No video. And now I am dead. That was weird.
I believe this next trophy was originally part of the DLC, but there were 5 harlequins scattered across the map which I had to beat up.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the last harlequin. Yeet. Break his neck. Done. Clowning around. Beat up 5 thirsty harlequins. Let's go.
I had to make my way now to the final flag, and it still bugs me that there are 101 flags and not 100, but we move. Quickly before I get the final trophies, if you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like as it really helps the channel grow, and subscribe if you are new. I have some incredible games coming up, so stick around for those, but let's get this platinum trophy, baby, and see if I got it in under 24 hours.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the last flag. Capture the flag. Remove all Borgia flags in Rome. Now I've got one more trophy to get. I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't do it like right at the end of the story. But, you know, I locked myself out of sequence 8 and 9 because they're basically one big sequence. So I've just got to get the last feather. And then I think that's called like In Memoriam, something like that, which is kind of wholesome. Doing it that way, I like to have my trophies feel like a little bit of a journey, especially obtaining that platinum upon doing that. So I'm going to go get the last feather. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to get the last feather and get this platinum trophy. This is probably my favorite Assassin's Creed game. There it is. In Memoriam. Collect all feathers. Now, the story for this game is absolutely incredible. I've already given my thoughts on that. But damn, this platinum was honestly so easy. Boom. Julius Caesar. Let's go win every trophy. It just makes me want to go play Revelations. I'm not sure what game I'll play next, but damn, this was a journey. This was such a fun game. Definitely my favorite. I love the improvements from 2 to Brotherhood. This game is perfect. Absolutely perfect. The trophies are a little bit easy. The 100% sync was probably the only challenging thing, but honestly, it's still easy. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Let's go. But now for the point of the video, let's see if I did the challenge. It was kind of a backwards challenge of, I saw on PSNProfiles that this took 40 hours, and I kind of just wanted to challenge myself and go, can I do it in 24 hours? And I've gone the whole game and not looked at all at my stats. and how close I am to the 24 hours. So we might be really far off or really far under. I don't know. Let's have a look. Is it under that 24-hour mark? 20 hours and 55 minutes. PSN profile says 40 hours and like a 6 out of 10 difficulty. 20 hours and 55 minutes. There you go. If you want a platinum trophy to go get in under 24 hours, this is your one. That was such a good trophy to obtain. Yeah, under 24 hours. Let's go. There it is. Damn, I love this game, man. Love this game.